Welcome back, awesome Ashley fans and subscribers. I have here Joy Toy seal unit here. Just came the other day, 2 days ago. Same day as I got the Free-Man mech who I've reviewed, and I'll stick as just the videos. This is awesome. This looks like to be a set of 6 figures by judging on the back. Let's open this up and have a look. I do like this Joy Toy sort of multi-set boxes. It makes it really easy for collecting, and slightly cheaper than buying individual figures 6 times, 5 times, whatever. So it's a really good idea by Joy Toy, and they come inside these plastic cases too, which is awesome. So what I will do, I will look at all the figures, but articulation I'll only look on one probably, since it should be the same on unless there's something extra that's gonna get in the way. It'd be easier if I to open up both sides and I can just push it out one way or the other. Let's push out this way. Here we go. So first figure, let's have a look. Okay, comes without his vest attached. Looks good. The head and helmet is one piece, you can't take it off. Same with the scope that is over his eye. Here. Looks great. It comes with a really nice looking gun, but again, Joy Toy don't usually do drilled barrels in their small guns, which is a shame. Comes with his body armor, which has clips for other stuff, belt, knife, which will come out of the sheath. Really nice job. His belt's there as well. Some 5-piece with a holster and his pistol, and another 5-piece for the other side. I'm not going to put that on. That gun does look really nice though. So, articulation. He gets a left and a right. He gets a down and an up and a small side to side. Shoulders will be really good. There we go. Over the 180. There's a nice US flag decal on the shoulders. Looks good. Paint apps, drab colour with inking, really effective. Does look really nice. Joy Toy have really been improving their elbow articulation of late. Look at that. He gets well over 90 degrees on the elbow. There is an elbow twist, 5 twist. Right hand is gun articulation. Left hand is this articulation here, and these are display cases, I should point out. He has trunk, left to right, side to side, forwards, backwards, and waist side to side, forwards, backwards, left to right as well. Hips not that far out. Forwards and backwards not great because of sculpt, but Joy Toy have shown on their Facebook page new sculpting and posing, which looks like they're improving the sculpt lines on the pelvis piece, so the legs have better articulation. There's a 5 twist, double kneecap. Look at that, really tight. Though that won't be as tight when you put the 5 pieces on. Feet, they turn, they go side to side, and there is toe articulation. Good on the left. On the right, it appears to be jammed, which I've had problems with before. Okay, and the right I can do as well, but it's a little bit stiff compared to the left. And okay, so one issue they seem to have with this trouser sculpt is with the feet getting decent ankle articulation. So tippy toes is pretty good, to be fair. You know, considering that sculpt, that's pretty good. But the Michael Jackson, even if you put the tongue inside of the trouser, it's quite limited. Some figures do this, but you know, theirs only get to there, which is minor. The look is really nice, and Joy Toy's figures are really good at holding guns. Now, one thing which I always say, a lot of the Joy Toy figures, the gun hands, the thumb and this finger are connected, and I will always cut that very carefully with my sharp knife here. There we go. Now, of course, you don't want to cut it, you don't have to, but I always do. Get him in a little pose. Now, obviously, if he's got his vest on, it's going to be slightly more difficult to pose with the gun because it will interfere slightly with articulation. So first pose, yeah, that's easy. Very nice, he holds that gun. Shooting poses can be more difficult. I said Rain are generally very good at shooting poses, and Joy-Toy are getting very good as well. Trying to get the stock into the shoulder and high enough so you can still look through the scope. That's not bad. That's pretty good for a quick attempt. You know, I'll give that more time and that'd be really quite good. So articulation is very good in these. The gun looks amazing. This figure looks pretty cool too. I'm going to pop him back in his bag with his gun and open the next one. So pop him back in his container. Box. Since I will probably be shifting these over to Malaysia in a week or so, because I'll be flying out to Malaysia, I'm taking loads of toys to put in storage in my home over there. Okay, next one. The plan is that maybe next year, 2020, summertime, I might move back to Malaysia, in which case I'll get most of my collection together. Not all of it, because there's quite a bit in England as well. And then I'll have my own sort of room for reviews and doing customs, etc., which you guys would love to see, I'm sure. Particularly as I have so many toys in the same place at the same time. Okay, next one here. Let's have a look. I do like this head sculpt. This one's got like a face, you know. Either surprised, excited, got his war cry going on or something else. I don't know. So, again, the 5 pieces and holster and belt and gun I'll leave in the bag. Have a look at his vest. That's a really nice looking vest. Again, the knife does come out. I like the radio and I like the contrast with the red there as well. The colour scheme is great. The gun again looks really nice. Same gun, I believe, two-tone, looks cool. Let's have a look at the figure. It's the same basic figure. Head sculpt is different. So open mouth head sculpt here. Helmet's different. Let's give you a closer look there. It's a good sculpt. Nice looking figure. Now I could open all of them, leave them all open, then I've got to put them back in their bags again and boxes again and put it back in the packing box again and then pack them. So I'd rather just do it one by one, and when I get to the last one I will do a comparison with some other figures for the size so you guys can see. Or maybe I'll do it earlier, but since I've got a few figures next to me here as well. If you've not got any Joy-Toy figures, definitely worth picking some up just to see what you think. The newer ones, as in the recent releases, are slightly bigger than the older ones from earlier this year or late last year. They do look good. They've got a Facebook page you can go on and, you know, join that page, like that page. There's also a fan page. If you want to buy them, I would suggest Locker Toys, since Locker Toys generally are quite cheap and offer free shipping within Asia. and they have discounts on pre-orders for this stuff too. Or if you don't want to get from Locker Toys, there's BBTS, Big Bad Toy Store in the States, but they generally are a bit more expensive. If you're buying overseas, you may get hit by customs charges if you order from them too, whereas Locker Toys generally you don't. Okay, let's have a look at this one. His head is off, it's inside the bag. Gun is different. The pack on his armor looks very similar, the rest is very similar. Nice different head sculpt again. This one's got shades on. Looks cool. Shades, and he's got a bit of a tash on. The paint app is good on the face. The tash could do a bit of touching up, and so could some of the black on the parts inside his helmet as well, where they've got like the flesh lines not painted. Different gun. Let's see how he holds it. Again, I have to cut that finger and thumb. Well, maybe I could just slide it in without cutting that. Yeah, you can, but I'd much rather cut it and make it slightly easier. This gun is more difficult to hold because the stock is slightly longer. However, with the articulation in the elbows and in the wrist, you still get your figures to a decent firing pose quite easily. And very quickly too, as you saw there. In fact, since he's out now, let me do a size comparison with some other figures. What have I got close by? Okay. So I will use the figure from the Joy Toy 118 mech, the Freeman mech, which I put into the videos earlier. He's a great looking figure. You see they scale very well together, as you suspect from the same company. If I use a Star Wars figure, is it K9 S9? I forgot which one what his name is now. Obviously he's a big figure, it's a Star Wars figure, but again the scale is good. If I use this Fortnite figure AIM, and I love this figure so much, as I keep saying, we can see that again the scale is very, very nice. So good job by Joy Toy on these figures. Okay, let's put them away. 3 more to look at. So if you haven't done so already, it'd be nice if you can subscribe to my channel and click on the notification icon and stay up to date with the latest videos, news, etc., reviews, blah blah blah. For the last few months I've been posting a video a day, and I'll continue that for probably the next 2-3 weeks until my stock of toys I haven't reviewed runs out, and then it'll be like, as I get them I'll review them. So it all depends on what I buy and what comes out, because at the moment in China I'm buying lots of stuff that is not new releases that I find secondhand or open or loose, and I find a lot of stuff that's relatively new that's boxed and I'll buy, even old stuff that's boxed and I'll buy. For example, I've got 3 Parts of the Caribbean figures here which I've not opened, but I'll be reviewing them in the future and so on. Okay, so there's lots of stuff coming out on the channel soon. Next one. see which one we've got here. Different gun again, I like the look of that. Similar head sculpt, but different. And the vest appears to be different. Yeah, the vest is different too. The knife is not on the front. It's a sideways come downwards knife. In fact, that vest looks really, really nice. It will interfere with articulation a little bit, but not to a huge degree. Now, one of the great things about Joy-Toy is that they are releasing figures at a fast rate. So those of us who don't want to wait sort of 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, you know, there's nearly always something coming out in the next, 6 weeks or so. Okay, let's see how he holds this gun. Short stock, so he should hold it okay, but the stock is quite wide, which will give a couple of issues possibly. Let's see. Ooh, let's see. Yeah, that wide stock is going to make it a bit difficult for some shooting poses. And also the ammo box is going to interfere with where his arm wants to come across to hold the gun. So you might have to hold it in a different place. And can he reach that far? With the stock still in the shoulder? Just about. So well done, Joy-Toy. He does look cool. Head sculpt is nice with the sunglasses there. Decent paintwork again. You could touch up the black slightly on there, and I'll be tempted to ink the face, but that does look really quite nice. And this is the sort of gun that's got a handle on top that he can grip. You can hold it like that as well if he wants. Decent figure. Good job again by Joy-Toy. Two more to go. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Now he's got this sniper rifle. So interesting to see how he's going to hold this. That does look particularly nice. Okay, and it has the stand here. Which doesn't want to go in easily, and I think it's on the bend it out place and snap it if I'm not careful. So you need to be careful on that. Okay, there we go. So the best way to put that in is sideways and push, not frontwise like I was trying at the beginning. Again, I'd be tempted to draw the barrel as well, make it look better. That's a nice looking sniper rifle, very nice. Good paint job, good sculpting. His vest is much different because he's got a backpack which is glued on. The backpack does open. And you can put stuff inside. It's also got a clip on the backpack for you to attach things like his gun or something else maybe. And it's quite easy to open and close. basic colouring, but it looks effective. Except for maybe the silver grenades sticking out there look a bit strange, because they are grenades. One looks like a flashbang, one looks like a standard grenade, but they're silver, they haven't painted up. Same sidearm belt and fire stuff. Nice face sculpt again. Looks like the screaming guy, but his mouth is closed. How will he hold this? This will be interesting to see. The stock's actually quite short on this, so there is a good possibility you hold it exceptionally well. Pretty damn good. For a quick try on the pose, he can hold that really, really well. I do like that a lot. Great job again by Joy Toy. Let's put him away, and one more fig to go. We'll look at his sculpt on his head, and if his weapon's different, and his backpack, accessories, etc. Popping it away. And these plastic cases they're now doing their new figures with is such a nice idea as well. And a couple of the sets come with 5 figures and a spare plastic case. You've got older figures, there's a spare one for them, which is a nice feature again. But this is I believe, a 6-figure set, so there'll be no spares here. Yeah, different head sculpt again. Got both his scope optical pieces down. The vest seems to be the same. Gun is definitely different. Knife on the front there. Let's have a look at that. Very nice. And it's a Shen that's actually part of the face. You can see it's painted into the eyeballs. But it's a nice face, particularly with that sort of beard as well. Gun is nice. But that long head to the stock may give issues for holding. Let's see. And this one you're going to have to cut the finger and thumb because of the gun's joint at the bottom, so you can't just slide in. Okay. Now this is where you're thankful that they have rubbery fingers, otherwise that would be a nightmare to put in. Actually, the issue here is his thumb, not his fingers. It keeps folding underneath and it's be outwards to hold this. Getting that thumb in the right place on that handle is not easy at the moment. I stretch it out a little bit. Okay. There we go. And then that will come back in. The thumb will naturally come back into his hand. Right, it's got a handle here. Can you reach that as well? Oh, that's going to be so tight. Stay in the shoulder. Ah, and his hand came off the handle of the shaft and off the trigger there. So okay, back in again. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Can hold it well also. Again, another great job by Joy-Toy. This is a great set. 6 figures. Even though it's the same body sculpt, the heads are different. You've got a couple of guns the same. I think it was 2 the same. The rest are different. It makes for a uniform but different team, which is nice. You've got enough variety to see that they're individuals, but enough uniformity to see that they're part of the same team. So a good job by Joy-Toy there again. Great little set. Glad I managed to get this. And I can't wait to see what other stuff they've got coming out soon. I know they've got another couple of female figures from the Crossfire range, and I do like their figures there. So I'm looking forward to those. They're a bit more sci-fi, maybe the wrong word. A bit more fantasy contemporary, you know. So, example, this is one of them here. You know, so you don't see many soldiers walking around in sort of hot pants, shorts and crop tops and sort of boob tubes. But she's a great figure with good articulation and came with good accessories. And I'll stick her in accessory videos there. Okay, so this is the Joy-Toy Armed Forces SEAL team. Great set by them again. Please like, share and subscribe. I'll be back soon with more awesome Asteroid videos for you. Stay happy, keep collecting, okay? Bye-bye.